Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Act as an informer. She had informed on her own parents for years. Give character or essence to. The principles that inform modern teaching. Impart knowledge of some fact, state of affairs, or event to. I informed him of his rights. Cause to change, make different, cause a transformation. Add a modifier to a constituent. Make less severe or harsh or extreme. Please modify this letter to make it more polite. Insert words into texts, often falsifying it thereby. Cause to change, make different, cause a transformation. The advent of the automobile may have altered the growth pattern of the city. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Remove the ovaries of. Make an alteration to. This dress needs to be altered. Lay aside, abandon, or leave for another. The car changed lanes. Cause to change, make different, cause a transformation. The discussion has changed my thinking about the issue. Exchange or replace with another, usually of the same kind or category. He changed his name. An event that occurs when something passes from one state or phase to another. The change was intended to increase sales. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Her mood changes in accordance with the weather. Give to, and receive from, one another. Would you change places with me? Become deeper in tone. His voice began to change when he was 12 years old. Change from one vehicle or transportation line to another. She changed in Chicago on her way to the East Coast. A difference that is usually pleasant. It is a refreshing change to meet a woman mechanic. A different or fresh set of clothes. She brought a change in her overnight bag. A relational difference between states, especially between states before and after some event. He attributed the change to their marriage. A thing that is different. He inspected several changes before selecting one. Change clothes. Put on different clothes. Coins of small denomination regarded collectively. He had a pocketful of change. Money received in return for its equivalent in a larger denomination or a different currency. He got change for a 20 and used it to pay the taxi driver. Remove or replace the coverings of. Father had to learn how to change the baby. The action of changing something. The change of government had no impact on the economy. The balance of money received when the amount you tender is greater than the amount due. I paid with a 20 and pocketed the change. The result of alteration or modification. There were marked changes in the lining of the lungs. Undergo a change. Become different in essence, losing one's or its original nature. She changed completely as she grew older. Transmit thoughts or feelings. He communicated his anxieties to the psychiatrist. Transmit information. Please communicate this message to all employees. Receive communion, in the Catholic Church. Transfer to another. Communicate a disease. Administer communion. In church. Be in verbal contact. Interchange information or ideas. He and his sons haven't communicated for years. Join or connect. The rooms communicated. Transmit thoughts or feelings. Be interconnected. Afford passage. These rooms intercommunicate. Provide evidence for. Provide evidence for. Stand as proof of. Show by one's behavior, attitude, or external attributes. Give evidence. Your basis for belief or disbelief. Knowledge on which to base belief. The evidence that smoking causes lung cancer is very compelling. An indication that makes something evident. His trembling was evidence of his fear. Law. All the means by which any alleged matter of fact whose truth is investigated at judicial trial is established or disproved. Give instructions to or direct somebody to do something with authority. Give evidence. He was telling on all his former colleague. Narrate or give a detailed account of. Inform positively and with certainty and confidence. I tell you that man is a crook. Express in words. Tell me what is bothering you. A Swiss patriot who lived in the early 14th century and who was renowned for his skill as an archer. According to legend, an Austrian governor compelled him to shoot an apple from his son's head with his crossbow, which he did successfully without mishap. Mark as different. Discern or comprehend. He could tell that she was unhappy. Let something be known. Inform somebody of something. Make aware of. Increase the value of. Gain in value. Provide evidence for. Give testimony in a court of law. Disappoint, prove undependable to, abandon, forsake. Reveal unintentionally. Her smile betrayed her true feelings. Deliver to an enemy by treachery. The spy betrayed his country. Give away information about somebody. Cause someone to believe an untruth. Be sexually unfaithful to one's partner in marriage. A recording of a song that was first recorded or made popular by somebody else. They made a cover of a Beatles song. Form a cover over. The grass covered the grave. Clothe, as if for protection from the elements. Cover your head. A fixed charge by a restaurant or nightclub over and above the charge for food and drink. The act of concealing the existence of something by obstructing the view of it. The cover concealed their guns from enemy aircraft. Travel across or pass over. The caravan covered almost 100 miles each day. Span an interval of distance, space or time. The period covered the turn of the century. A covering that serves to conceal or shelter something. Under cover of darkness. Include in scope. Include as part of something broader. Have as one sphere or territory. This should cover everyone in the group. Fire that makes it difficult for the enemy to fire on your own individuals or formations. Artillery provided covering fire for the withdrawal. Put something on top of something else. Cover the meat with a lot of gravy. A natural object that covers or envelops. Under a covering of dust. The protective covering on the front, back, and spine of a book. Make up for shortcomings or a feeling of inferiority by exaggerating good qualities. Bedding that keeps a person warm in bed. He pulled the covers over his head and went to sleep. Hide from view or knowledge. The president covered the fact that he bugged the offices in the White House. Be responsible for reporting the details of, as in journalism. The cub reporter covered New York City. Covering for a hole, especially a hole in the top of a container. Put the cover back on the kettle. Act on verbally or in some form of artistic expression. The course covered all of Western civilization. Sit on, eggs. The female covers the eggs. Protect by insurance. The insurance won't cover this. Cover as if with a shroud. Copulate with a female, used especially of horses. The horse covers the mare. A false identity and background, especially one created for an undercover agent. Her new name and passport or cover for her next assignment. Be responsible for guarding an opponent in a game. Be sufficient to meet, defray, or offset the charge or cost of. Is this enough to cover the check? Help out by taking someone's place and temporarily assuming his responsibilities. She is covering for our secretary who is ill this week. Hold within range of an aimed firearm. Invest with a large or excessive amount of something. She covered herself with glory. Maintain a check on, especially by patrolling. The second officer covered the top floor. Play a higher card than the one previously played. Smith covered again. Protect or defend, a position in a game. He covered left field. Provide for. The grant doesn't cover my salary. Provide with a covering or cause to be covered. Cover her face with a handkerchief. Spread over a surface to conceal or protect. This paint covers well. To take an action to protect against future problems. Count the cash in the drawer twice just to cover yourself. A stimulus that provides information about what to do. Assist, somebody acting or reciting, by suggesting the next words of something forgotten or imperfectly learned. Evidence that helps to solve a problem. Sports implement consisting of a tapering rod used to strike a cue ball in pool or billiards. An actor's line that immediately precedes and serves as a reminder for some action or speech. Have as a meaning. Multi denotes many. Make known. Make an announcement. She denoted her feelings clearly. Be a sign or indication of. Her smile denoted that she agreed. To accuse or condemn or openly or formally or brand as disgraceful. He denounced the government action. Give away information about somebody. Announce the termination of, as of treaties. Speak out against. He denounced the Nazis. Give a description of. Identify as in botany or biology, for example. To give an account or representation of in words. Discreet Italian police described it in a manner typically continental. Make a mark or lines on a surface. Decree or designate beforehand. Indicate a place, direction, person, or thing, either spatially or figuratively. Give an assignment to a person, to a post, or assign a task to a person. Design or destine. Assign a name or title to. Appointed but not yet installed in office. Free somebody from an erroneous belief. Understate the importance or quality of. Represent as less significant or important. Serve as a reason or cause or justification of. Her recent divorce may explain her reluctance to date again. Make plain and comprehensible. He explained the laws of physics to his students. Define. The committee explained their plan for fundraising to the dean. Elaborate, as of theories and hypotheses. Make plain and comprehensible. Make familiar or conversant with. Make familiar or conversant with. We familiarized ourselves with the new surroundings. Write all the required information onto a form. Be a substitute. Represent the effect of shade or shadow on. Supply with information on a specific topic. Make known to the public information that was previously known only to a few people or that was meant to be kept a secret. Give away information about somebody. Formally hand over to the bridegroom in marriage, of a bride by her father. Make a gift of. Inform somebody of something. Terminate the employment of. Discharge from an office or position. A police informer who implicates many people. Cover with grass. The owners decided to grass their property. Bulky food like grass or hay for browsing or grazing horses or cattle. Give away information about somebody. Street names for marijuana. German writer of novels and poetry and plays, born 1927. Feed with grass. Narrow-leaved green herbage, grown as lawns, used as pasture for grazing animals, cut and dried as hay. Shoot down, of birds. Spread out clothes on the grass to let it dry and bleach. Be a signal for or a symptom of. These symptoms indicate a serious illness. Indicate a place, direction, person, or thing, either spatially or figuratively. He indicated his opponents. Give evidence of. The results indicate the need for more work. Suggest the necessity of an intervention, in medicine. Tetracycline is indicated in such cases. To state or express briefly. Indicated his wishes in a letter. Perform vaccinations or produce immunity in by inoculation. Impregnate with the virus or germ of a disease in order to render immune. Insert a bud for propagation. Introduce a microorganism into. Introduce an idea or attitude into the mind of. My teachers inoculated me with their beliefs. Impart skills or knowledge to. He instructed me in building a boat. Make aware of. Give instructions or directions for some task. She instructed the students to work on their pronunciation. Bring something new to an environment. A new word processor was introduced. Bring before the public for the first time, as of an actor, song, etc. Put or introduce into something. Be a precursor of. Furnish with a preface or introduction. Cause to come to know personally. Introduce the new neighbors to the community. Bring in a new person or object into a familiar environment. The new secretary introduced a nasty rumor. Place, fit, or thrust something into another thing. Bring in or establish in a new place or environment. Introduce a rule. Put before a body. Introduce legislation.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.